World. Welcome back. It's a bit loud here. Let's get out of here. Okay, still loud. Oh. First off, let's eat so we stop taking damage. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, and then we can now kill all this. You can hear those zombies picking up their items. Okay, so we are at the copper farm. I don't know if I've streamed how much I've streamed of this, but essentially, put all this there. We didn't really get any ink sacks, huh? Good to know. So maybe not an ink farm. But we did fill up our Nautilus shells, and we did fill up our zombie heads. You can kind of see how many sessions I've done. The copper golems don't work properly, and I don't really care to fix it. That's a nice amount of copper, to be honest with you. But I don't want to do any more copper farming. I'm happy with this farm. I'm happy with this amount of copper. I would like 2 full blocks, but... And this thing... excuse me. These guys aren't going to despawn, right? So I should kill them at the end. Let's start with the armor. Okay. Let's clear this out. Just do this. That should flush that system out. I think we'll take the nether. So today, I don't know what we're doing, but I have some ideas. We could either load our shaders. I unloaded our shaders. Okay, we want to go to the trench. And it has been a trench and only name so far, and that's not going to change today. What could change today, and what will change, is potentially, we're either going to build a raid farm, we're either going to build a tunnel bore, or we're going to try to figure out how to get a shulker from the end. I don't know which of those we'll do. Tunnel board does sound like the most fun, but trading for like 64 stacks of redstone blocks from villagers does not sound fun. So we might not do that. Transparently. Let's go to our base. Everything will get better once we're at our base. Surely. Look how much better this is. We got pumpkins, we got a ton of copper, we got a ton of iron, we got a ton of wood, bamboo only. I don't have a good way of getting to my chest over there, unless I want to use ladders, which I don't particularly. We could make some ender chests. That's definitely something I need to do. I do not have an ender chest right now. I don't really want to take one from elsewhere. We have obsidian. We also have a way to get to the end, so we have infinite obsidian if we want. My beacon is over at the copper farm. That's okay. I don't think I need my beacon here. I think it's better to have at the copper farm right now. Could check the bees. Can also try to fix that system. Could try that. Dispenser. I'm thinking a dispenser could fix that farm pretty quickly. This ray of light is pretty cool. Thank you, shaders. That is the outdoors. It's the bottom of an ocean, but it is the outdoors. You can see I've cleaned up actually a little bit. Maybe I should call that out here. So that looks like a random water, but it's actually my only way up and down. Except for I now have this bamboo, which is pretty much just as fast as the water. So maybe I will clear out that water. Long story short, I cleaned this up. What we're seeing there is the glass bowl that all of my guardians are in. You're seeing the bottom of it. So that's why the water's not coming down, but that is the bottom of an ocean. So made good progress. I think last time I streamed, this was maybe not the bottom of our monument. If you looked at the ceiling, I think it was a row of blocks, water, and gravel. So that is done. And yeah, how do I want to get to my guardian farm? Thinking a ladder is necessary. Actually, I don't even have to run anywhere. I can just do crafter. Yes, I can't reach. Can I reach? I can. I don't need much. I don't really want to make more than I need, but let's get this stuff out of here. I can actually make some blaze powder, some eye bender, some ladders. It's less than a stack. This will be fine. And I'd rather have this be here. And let's put a little ladder up here. This is the wrong place to put this ladder. Right into the fire. No, thank you. Let's try here. This looks better. I'm so tired from work. This produces such little ink. I'm wondering when I make my bigger farm if it will fully overload my... I don't know if the ink sacs will make it basically to my system that I have in mind, but anyway, neither here nor there. Alright, good enough. Let's go. Oh, it's raining. That means I can do this. I'm glad that didn't break the bamboo. This kind of goes to world height almost. Goes up to some of my farms in the sky, which probably seem random, but I do have a plan. Alright, so tunnel bore. Nobody's online. I kind of wanted to ask Cap, who had planned to do his own tunnel bore, what height and what axes. I think he wants to go to east to west. So I would be out west, he would be out east. I plan to build a tunnel bore that will leave a ice sheet and on top of a flowing water. So like you can't really spawn mobs. Even if the mobs do spawn, the water pushes them away from the ice highway. And then I just kind of line it with usually like some kind of light source like candles or something, but I would need a pretty robust bee farm to do that many candles. Be cool if they were floating though. We also need a bunch of redstone blocks. And I could probably trade away a lot of my iron for redstone blocks, but it would take a long time because we'd only be doing clerics. And I only have 3. And that's by design, unfortunately. Tunnel bore, raid farm, shulker farm. Shulker farm gets us close to our storage system, and if we're going to do a tunnel bore, we're going to want a storage system for bulk storage. Actually, I didn't really think about how many materials we're going to be generating. I don't really plan on picking up a ton of rock and deep slate. I do need a ton of deep slate, but I also need a ton of basalt. Or shulker. How do you get a shulker? Minecart? Probably in a boat. Gassed, friendly gassed. A friendly ghast would have to stay in the end. That's kind of brutal. But he'd be a community ghast. His life wouldn't be so bad, potentially. It wouldn't be so bad, potentially. Happy ghast, friendly ghast, whatever. I do have a happy ghast, but he's in this dimension. So I probably need to find another dried up ghast, liquefy it in the end, then bring a boat. Do the shulkers shoot? Do shulkers in boats? Can shulkers go in boats? Can shulkers do shul? Okay. Happy. You guys have to look this up with me. I can't explain what I'm seeing. This is so the shulker. Let's do this. Let's fix your guys' vision here. Okay, what I'm looking up. Shulkers and boats shoot their guided projectiles. It's in a boat. Okay, so not only do shulkers get into boats, I knew they got into minecarts, and I know minecarts are probably the better way to do this. They're not as fun, but probably better. Oh, it would be so much bridging over the void, but I have an elytra, so it's literally riskless. I could make some speed potions and then do it. Try to go faster. I'm wondering if you could literally bridge over the void AFK. I think you should be able to. So I would need this seed map. Okay, anyway, Happy Ghast. Let's see if this is viable. Happy Ghast. Shulker. Transport. Interesting. Is this the real? I don't know if I can show this. Since this is not my content. So let's quickly go back to Minecraft while I watch this. I don't know if you don't think you'll be able to hear it. You're wrong. Yeah, that's. Okay, it's not looking viable to use a Happy Ghast.